Hi guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Tamna. Today I'm going to be comparing hyaluronic acid serums. If you know you're interested in seeing this video, please keep on watching. Wait! So the first one will be from The Ordinary and the other one will be from Good Molecules. But first of all, what is hyaluronic acid? Hyaluronic acid is one of the best ingredients one should incorporate in their skincare routine. It's a humectant and its job is to attract and hold moisture or water to keep the skin tissues well lubricated and moist. Hyaluronic acid is suitable for all skin types, from dry, normal, combination, oily to acne-prone skin can use hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid does not conflict with any product or any serum at all. Hyaluronic acid helps to reduce the appearances of fine lines and wrinkles. It helps to keep the skin softer and plumper, etc. So with that being said, I'm going to start with The Ordinary. So The Ordinary calls their serum the hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5. It is a hydration support formula with ultra pure vegan hyaluronic acid. This has a pH level of 6.50 to 7.50. It claims to be alcohol-free, oil-free, silicone-free, cruelty-free, gluten-free, nut-free, and is vegan. On the other hand, the Good Molecules one is called the Hyaluronic Acid Serum. And right here it says it is formulated to draw moisture into the skin for deeper hydration. This has a pH level of 5.59. It claims to be vegan, fragrance-free, gluten-free, and never tested on animals. So they both come in 30 ml bottle, just that The Ordinary now comes in a 60 ml bottle. The Ordinary retails for $8 for 30 ml and $15 for 60 ml, while the Good Molecules one retails for $6. So the next thing here I'm going to talk about is the ingredient list. I already wrote them down here, so I'm going to be peeping through my paper a bit. Okay, so for The Ordinary, the first ingredient we have here is water. The second ingredient is sodium hyaluronate. The third ingredient is pentylene glycol. The next one is propanol diol. I don't know how to pronounce that word. And if you jump to the fifth ingredient, we have sodium hyaluronate crust polymer. So this is like a special crust linked IT moisturizer. It has remarkable water binding capacity of 5 times more than the regular hyaluronic acid. So for the sixth ingredient, we have retinol, which is provitamin B5. It's a humectant. It basically helps with soothing the skin. And we can move to the 8th ingredient, which you see that is glycerin. And we have the 10th ingredient to be citric acid, which is an antioxidant. You know that's an AHA. It's going to help you exfoliate your skin gently to lift up dead cells. So that's the whole ingredients we have from The Ordinary. I'm going to move to the Good Molecules ingredient list. So for the Good Molecules ingredient list, the first thing we have is water. The second one is butylene glycol, which helps with the product texture. The third ingredient is glycerin, which is good for the skin. The fourth ingredient we have here is 2-hexadol. I don't know how to pronounce that word very well, but I'm going to put it on the screen. 2-hexadol, which acts as a humectant and an emollient at the same time. It can also be a solvent in some products, example perfumes. Then we jump to the fifth ingredient, which is where we now find sodium hyaluronate. So they left after water, they had to put fillers before we moved to the hyaluronic acid itself. The next thing is the Exian gum, which helps with product texture as well. And the next ingredient I can see here is tocopherol. Tocopherol is an antioxidant, that is vitamin E. Right. That's all for the ingredients. I hope I broke it down really well. So the next thing I'm going to jump into is the texture. So The Ordinary one is what we're starting with. I didn't talk about the applicator or the dropper. I'm going to talk about that briefly when I'm done with the texture. Oops. So this is the texture of The Ordinary hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5. I want to, rub it into my skin so you guys can see. So this is a little bit tacky before it dries down, and that is it on my skin. It has dried down already. So the next one, I'm going to be putting on this side because I want you guys to just have like a different feel. This is the applicator, but we'll come to that. This is that one from the Good Molecules. Feels a lot more thicker. Actually, it feels a lot more thicker, but they're about the same thing. So I'm rubbing this one in. You can see that in terms of the texture, it feels like water. It feels like water on the skin as opposed to how the ordinary felt. Yeah, so it's a lot more watery in consistency as opposed to the ordinary one. It's still taking time to dry. This one feels more like water, and like when you try to circulate water on your skin, but then it's not exactly like water, just a little bit thicker than water, while this one is a lot more thicker. I really do like the texture of the ordinary one. The Good Molecules one, okay, let's talk about fragrance. I think the Good Molecules one claims to be fragrance free. This has a bit of fragrance if you ask me. It has a bit of fragrance. I can perceive it. Yeah, it does have a bit of fragrance. Like a new when you get a new shoe, it smells like new shoes. The ordinary one too has a tiny bit of fragrance. Not something that's disturbing. This one too is also not disturbing as well, but they both have a smell, in my opinion, if you sleeve deep into it. We've spoken about the names, we've spoken about the bottle size, spoken about the price, we've spoken about the pH level, spoken about the claims, spoken about the ingredients. Last thing I want to show you guys is the dropper before I conclude this video. So these are the droppers. Here is for Good Molecules and here is for the ordinary. You can see that the ordinary dropper is a lot more bigger than that of the Good Molecules one, which is thin. I prefer the ordinary dropper as opposed to the Good Molecules one because I'll be able to grab more products. This sometimes becomes quite difficult to pull up products. So they both have a shelf life of 12 months. You can store your serums in the fridge. It's fine. I just like that sensational feeling it gives me when I put a cooling product on my skin. You're going to definitely finish your serum in, I think a bottle of serum should be finished in 2 to 3 months, depending on how you apply it. I've been using this one since the 5th of this month, and it's half already, like almost half. So let's say in about 2 months you should finish a bottle of serum, or max 3 months you should finish a bottle of serum if you actually generally follow your skincare routine without skipping. So with that being said, I can conclude the video now. So my conclusion is I'm fine paying extra $2 to get the ordinary one as opposed to the Good Molecules one. I'm not saying the Good Molecules one will not work for anyone or will not work at all. The ordinary one, in the ingredient list, you see that sodium hyaluronate came second, and we also had sodium hyaluronate polymer as the 5th ingredient. Whereas for the Good Molecules one, after the first ingredient, which is water, we had to get to the 5th ingredient before we saw that hyaluronic acid was present in the product. I feel like I'm not getting what I'm paying for, so I just prefer paying extra $2 to get the one from the ordinary. That's just my preference, and I prefer the texture of the ordinary one. It is thicker, it's a lot more gooier as opposed to that of the Good Molecules one. Good Molecules one is a cheaper alternative if you can't find the ordinary one. So with that being said, I hope I've given you guys my own review on these products and what I think about them in general, and I hope my video helps you decide which product you should go for. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope you found my video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.